Back, this is actually my favorite part where I get to interact with Mariam Ture. Also, I get to interact. Did you put the boobs in the bra today? You think I cannot ask you?
Oh, today, yes.
Today is no braless day.
Today's not no bra day. Today is regular day.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
I like your hair.
You like this hair? I think I have to take it out.
You need to bring me a sample.
For what? For your beard.
It's all right. What do we have?
I want to go Rasta now.
Oh, leave it.
Brazilian Rasta.
Bring me a sample. You know what I mean. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about Ebola, Steve. It doesn't seem to be going away.
It's scary, actually.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Now that, the U.S. has actually confirmed that, there is something happening in the U.S. as well. It's terrible.
Okay, let's hear.
So we are discussing Ebola today. It doesn't seem to be going away. And alarming yet, it's new research that says Ghana could record a case soon. JN Interactive is supported by Cepline. Cepline is about time.
Joy News Interactive is brought to you in association with
Surfline. It's about time.
So, my name is Mariam Ture and welcome to your show. But before we delve into everything that is happening, let me announce all the tools that you need to get in touch with the show, because I will actually need to take your comments before we go. You can join us on facebook.com/joynews-on-TV. Like the page first, comment on all the posts we put there, and I'll amplify what you're sharing with the rest of the world. We are on Twitter. We tweet at joynews-on-TV, at JN Interactive GH, and my personal handle is at MNTure. 3 Twitter handles ready to retweet your thoughts and share what you're sharing with us with the rest of the world. You can send us your email. joinisIam@mototvworld.com. And our WhatsApp number hasn't changed. It is still 0540-109-009. And JN Interactive is where tech meets news to set the agenda. So Ebola is still grabbing international headlines, especially after the US reported a few cases themselves. Make no mistake, Ebola is very real. And the sad news is that the Ebola epidemic is still spreading in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. And West Africa has recorded the most cases. And the World Health Organization actually says the numbers of cases will actually exceed 9,000 this week. The Assistant Director General of WHO, Bruce Ali Ward, actually predicts that it would be, and I'm quoting him here, really premature to reach success into the apparent slowing numbers in some areas, and that the first week in December, WHO projections suggest there may be between 5,000 and 10,000 new cases. And research conducted by the Northwestern University in the US says our own country, Ghana, has the highest probability of recording Ebola before the end of this month. And this is actually frightening. I am frightened. If you can see the hairs on my skin, they're actually, rising up now. And let me quickly run you through the graphics indicating countries that are likely to come up. And I'm hoping that the graphics will come up now, and then I can take you through it. This is actually a report that was compiled before Senegal, Nigeria, and the United States actually recorded any case. And it was published on October 6th this year. So I'm hoping that it will drop on your screen and on mine, and then I can quickly take you through it, and you would understand exactly where we are coming from. So you can see, as it says, the legends, they are in turquoise or teal and orange, and it's actually alarming to see that it says that probability of cases importation. Okay, so top 30 countries ranked according to EVD importation list. And you can see here Ghana is at the top in the teal, United States next in orange, France and Senegal are third and fourth respectively. So United States, France and Senegal at par with each other. That is alarming indeed. And the percentage ranking you will see here from 0 to 50 to 100%. And they were actually released. Projections were released on October 6, 2014. And Sweden actually ranks lower. So most of the European countries, from Sweden to the Netherlands, you would see at par with each other in terms of percentage. So moving on, it goes higher and higher. Italy, India, Togo, Spain are also in a bracket. Then coming closer, you see Switzerland, United Arab Emirates, mainland China are also within a certain bracket. So you can see it's been grouped in something that looks like a block. From there, Germany, Lebanon, Kenya are also in a different block. And then you move to Morocco, Gambia, Mali, Belgium. So our most important two that we're looking at now would be Ghana and then the United States of America, who are actually, you know, we are actually at the top of that list. And Dr. Bedu Sakode is actually the head of disease and surveillance, and he's actually joining us on the line so that we can pick his brain on some of the things that are happening. Good evening, Doc, and welcome to JN Interactive.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Thank God. Have you seen the research conducted by the Northwestern University?
Yes, yeah, I've read it.
You have. And is it valid?
Well, this proposal that they came out, they put the facts in a model and came out with that. But then it does not automatically mean that it will happen specifically when they mention specific deadline by end of this period. Well, that suggestion, and the good part of it is that it will let us put things together and get ourselves in readiness, and as much as possible as we wish it away, not just to wish it away, but then what we need to do in strengthening our preparedness, we do best as a country. There are things that they mentioned regarding the hub. It's obvious that our airport receives a lot of other flights from other countries, and including countries affected. These are the risks that put countries in more risk, and we have Ghanaians living at the coastal area, the fishermen, relative at the other side. They come home for festivals and other things.
Right.
So as much as possible, it's a risk prediction. We heard what you're saying. We do our best so that should there be a case, how do we immediately detect it, investigate, isolate, and eliminate? That should be our success story. And
right.
Let's do best as a country and work towards that.
In your submission, though, you were saying that it doesn't really mean that it would happen within the time frame that they have stated. But it does not negate the fact that it would happen, though.
No, the risk, no, it may not happen. The risk is there, and if it's risk is even 99%, the 1% will be the one that can be true. So the risk is a prediction, but it does not automatically say that it's 100%.
Right, but should we as Ghanaians be worried about this research?
Obviously, yes. And now it's not only Ghana. Every country, when you're talking about this condition as Ebola, it's whether nobody think that Spain immediately would confirm the case. They have had it, and as much as possible, every should hold themselves in readiness to get what it takes to detect, investigate, isolate, and eliminate, including Ghana.
And Ghana is keeping its borders open. Does that actually increase the probability of recording this Ebola?
No, that's not the idea. As much as possible, it's even better so that people will use the regular routes where you can check on them. In any way, if you close your borders, people will enter in any way. There are a lot of other routes. When you close your borders, they may use other routes, unorthodox routes, and that will be the danger. At that time, you have no control over them on that traffic. And when they are coming in, you don't know what they are coming in with, and that is more dangerous. And if people are having things that they have to declare, they hide it. And when they enter the country, they can pose even more serious risk and danger.
Right.
So it's better to be open and then keep alert and keep watching.
Right. Before I let you go, though, with so many predictions, can you tell us how prepared we are as a country to handle an outbreak in the event that it happens?
Well, as a country, we started this preparation earlier, and we are at the point in time, based on the triggers, it's been heightened. Now, regarding the screening at the point of entry, we're now using thermal non-contact thermometers. Now, KI, Kotka International Airport, has taken delivery and installed walk-through thermometers, thermal scanners to facilitate the process. Surveillance within the country has enhanced within the various facilities, the big hospitals, to have places of isolation. Now the 3 treatment centers we have to build, the one at Tema is almost ready. The personal protective equipment, just last week or two, as many as about 9,000 more, and efforts are in place to get more. Staff are being trained. These are the things that we need to do as a country. Public education has started and is ongoing and is being intensified. So with this, I think the staff will be more confident, and the need to people, general population, also knowing the conditions. Should there be a case, what should they do and how to handle it within the community, even before it goes to the hospital, and the staff, what they should do. The need for staff to adhere to infection prevention and control measures, which is key as part of the training that is being organized. These are the things that we need to do in preparation and being item of five.
Dr. Bedusakode, thank you so much. And we here at JN Interactive will do our utmost to educate ourselves also on the Ebola. Thank you for your time here.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We have we have your blog. Soon we will take it. We have been out there and we've been asking, how are you preparing yourself for a possible Ebola outbreak in Ghana? And Archbishop Duncan Williams is reported to have had a vision from God, asking him to pray for Ghana because an outbreak was imminent. You have been sharing your views with us. We'll take that in our video blog.
But how do we prevent ourselves? We board vehicles to various places. We come into contact with various people. So we can't say that we can prevent ourselves. As for the prevention, it is out. We only have to try and find means to prevent people from countries where this disease has occurred from coming to the country. That's the only thing we can do. As for the preparedness, no one can say he's prepared because day in, day out, we contact people. Yes, and you don't know who you are contacting. Yes, even if you are boarding a vehicle where you hold, you don't know who has held that place before you. Yes, so as for the preparedness, I know it cannot work. We can't prepare. It's only God who can, take care of us.
And I listened to the awareness that they actually put on television, that we should sanitize our hands and make sure we actually prevent our keep our surroundings clean. So these are the controls that I normally put in place. I sanitize my hands most of the time. I think that's the only thing that I know for now.
Protect ourselves. Yeah, wash our hands with soap and water. Prevent shaking our hands with other people being affected. Yeah.
It's a Christian nation. We don't think this set of disease will attack us in this country. I don't think.
We all have heard about the Ebola disease, and I believe that so far as we are concerned about it, then we should be aware that it is a very dangerous disease. That is one point I know. And as compared to America, right? Researchers have done, so many, which word should I use? So many background research about the disease, and I know that most definitely, as compared to you taking Ghana for example, as compared to the United States has more doctors, more researchers as compared to Africa in general. So I believe that when we compare in terms of countries, US could move far better off, maybe find a cure for the disease as compared to Africa. So one thing we Africans have to do is for us to be cautious and search for preventive ways to overcome such situations.
Personally, Ebola I know is very dangerous. And with a second thought, for me personally, what I'm doing is I make sure when I go closer to people, I try to talk to them. And secondly, when they say Ebola, when people say Ebola is as in it's not communicable, like it's not by air. I sometimes doubt because with the issue in Nigeria, what happened was one person entered Nigeria and about 5 nurses. So Ebola is very, very dangerous. But with the aspect of being it spiritual, that one I doubt, because I personally don't associate myself with spirits, but I will act physically. So my advice to others is they should take caution. They should be cautious about what they was. It's very, very dangerous.
Thanks for sticking and staying. My name is Marian Ture and this is JN Interactive. Before I take your comments though, I'd like to share a video with you. It's apparently of a Ghanaian student in Czech Republic who was actually in a public place who sneezed, and immediately the guy sneezed. He was bundled up and put in polythene wrapping and everything just so that they can contain it just in case the guy has Ebola. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, so that is what it says. The thing is that we can't independently corroborate that indeed it was, but that's a video we found on YouTube and we thought to share it with you. Let's take some comments that are dropping in, especially on Facebook. And the precursor, as always, is already there. And we're taking this from a different angle on the comments that Ghana has the highest probability of recording Ebola, and according to research from Northwestern University in the USA. And Archbishop Duncan Williams also says the nation can avert the outbreak if we are committed to prayer, research and religion. Says the stakes are high, and we were actually asking what you at home think about this. Your comments have dropped in, so many so far. Let's start with Majid Audwe. You were sending this in from Gushegu. God loves Ghana so much that he will never forsake us. May Almighty Allah protect Ghana from this Ebola pandemic. That's what you're saying. Nuokpo, God knows Billy says, in fact, I'm almost scared anytime I hear the word Ebola. We only pray that God should protect us, else all of us will die, since we are finding it hard to control even cholera. And Nesta says we need God's intervention to survive. Prayer is the key. Indeed it is. Baba Musa Tamale says, as far as the deadly Ebola disease is concerned, the country, no country is in isolation. It is important to always fetch water by your side when your neighbor's house is on fire. Really. Luckily, Ghana is serving as a UN emergency headquarters for West Africa. As for Ebola outbreak, as far as Ebola outbreak is concerned, the good news also is that government has procured a good number of PPEs. But my fear is about tomorrow's football match between Guinea and Ghana in the AFCON qualifiers to be played at the Tamale Sports Stadium. Well, I thought that the players were safe to come. That's why they're here. If they weren't, they won't be here. So I don't think we have anything to worry about. Let's concentrate on the game and go give them a whooping and win and bring 3 points. We don't have to share points here. And Jawuno Stevens says, interesting. When at all will this Ebola thing leave us in peace? Or is the population control mechanism really working? You also believe that it is some kind of conspiracy. Ooh, George Animal says, these people must stop the unnecessary fear and panic they are trying to infest on us here in Ghana. And Kumi Blessing says, we need to pray. Kwame just says, oh, really? Okay. Derek says, back what? Back the sender. Back to sender. I'm trying. You know, predictive text, how I hate predictive text. And this is actually trying to make me know that you were trying to say back to sender. And it's become back the sender. All these smartphones now. They want to be more intelligent than us, huh? Newton Jeffer says, pray and believe that God will make way when there seems to be no way. Kennedy Asare Queen Adanse, we should all pray to God to save us from this deadly disease. Nana Justice Kweku II, our officials at the borders should be very vigilant whether it will outbreak or not. It depends on the officials at our borders. Okay. Whether there will be an outbreak or not. Okay. One more comment. This one is coming from Mickey. Says, Allah will not allow this to happen. There's a little thing forming in my head here, but I'll keep it for now. And I'll drop off here. And then we'll go find out what is trending on the same topic, Ebola, on Twitter. Don't go away.
death toll from the Ebola virus outbreak has risen to almost 4,500. Now, although a definite vaccine hasn't been discovered, the interim one being used is seemingly helpful. Although most of the victims who have survived are Caucasians and is not doing so well with dark-skinned people. Several controversies have been out there. Let's go back to social media and see what people are saying concerning this. I don't know, but I think this Ebola epidemic is a form of population control. Now, this from Chris Brown. Interestingly, this got 32k retweets and 23k favorites. Now, here's another. Casting budgets always makes politicians look good until the thing that was cut leads to a crisis. For example, airline safety, Ebola, Benghazi security. They are even checking the unmanned Air Force spacecraft that returned to Earth today for Ebola. This is from Adam. Very interesting indeed. If you don't want public panic, stop announcing suspected Ebola cases until you have conclusive evidence. This is also from Kalax. I agree with you, Kalax. Ebola patients ain't even gonna see this. Zuckerberg, wife of CEO Mark Zuckerberg, donates $25 million to CDC Foundation to address Ebola. A very generous offer, I should say. It blows my mind people get all up in arms over Ebola but not abortion. Ebola 4,300 deaths, abortion 32 million. Totals to date for 2014. This is also from Mark Greg. So that sums up your thoughts and tweets on social media for Ebola. My name is Lord Kosi and this has been What's Trending.
Whatever you do, remember Ebola is indeed real, and so let's try as much as possible to protect ourselves. After all, prevention is better than cure. Steve is back. We can wrap up the show together. Hey.
Ebola. Do you have Ebola?
Do I have Ebola? As far as I know, no.
I've been shaking hands with you.
No,
How would I
no,
know?
no.
That,
I was going to say something. I'll keep that for later.
Say it for everybody.
You haven't just been shaking hands.
Huh?
Now you're hiring me. But then we do have the picture of the day, actually, and this is actually at our end at the Kotoka International Airport, and this is what you have to endure if you're coming into our country. We have to make sure that you are Ebola free before we let you in.
I'm actually thinking about assigning you to Sierra Leone or Liberia to do a live report for joining.
I could do a live report for joining us in Sierra Leone.
And you could be wearing your
exactly
your
the whole shebang
full of
with
plastic.
only my mouth. In fact, I'll put the microphone inside and go.
Or your whole jacket will be latex.
Hey, latex. I wonder who is going to sponsor that.
My name is
Steven. The clothes and everything. Please, if there's a sponsor out there, I like to go and report live. So bring cash.
My name is Stephen Enti, and I'm grateful that you could hang out.
My name, as always, is Maya Ture. Have a fabulous evening. We shall see you again, God willing, tomorrow.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.
News Interactive was brought to you in association with
Surfline, it's about time.